Today is Thursday, January 14th, 2023, 0730 hours. Supervisory U.S. Deputy Marshal Bass Marlowe. Ongoing investigation of Munson Scott sabotage Flight 0429 crash. Receive a response from the Massachusetts courts on my request to have the court records around the bench warrant for Chaz Wolford unsealed. Not surprisingly, that request was denied. The reason stated was ongoing national security and court privacy. Administrative bullshit. This basically means that line of investigative searching has hit a brick wall. Thankfully, I'm known for my skill with a sledgehammer. I've scheduled a follow-up interview with Mr. Wolford for later today, where I revisit his details already provided, but also confront him with my knowledge of the whole bar stabbing incident. See what he says and how he handles the fact that I'm aware. The investigation as a whole is not going as quickly as I'd like to. I know these things don't all get wrapped up an hour like they do on television, but with this few suspects, I feel there should be more progress being made. Things don't just fall into your lap, son. You gotta hit the streets, get out from behind the desk, and use the gray matter God put between your ears, or it'll turn into donkey brains. Boy. You know, hearing his voice again was a punch in the balls. Just when things have a way of easing down, the world finds a way to bring it all back to the surface again. His voice, the internal revelation that Jocelyn really wasn't the one that had Chuck and Janet. I'm sorry. I'm doing it again. Damn it. Doing the old hipster reality confession booth video thing. And the USMS doesn't care about my feelings or internal personal matters. Old habits. All right. Head back in the game. Updating reports from my time back on station and the incident in McMurdo a few months back where I was shot. Again. Had to go into detail with Marshal Murphy why I don't care for hospitals. That goes for any hospitals. And about my decision to check myself out on their medical hut against doctor's orders. Put a meeting on the calendar for a few weeks from now to head up to U.S. Palmer Station and meet with my special deputy there, Jack Cord. Other than an occasional verbal dispute or two, there isn't much happening there. No reported crimes as of yet, and this will be mostly just a friendly social visit. Unlike McMurdo or even here at Munson Scott, Palmer is small. It's one of the smaller stations on the continent at only 45 people over the summer. Most times not even 20 over the winter season. Their base complex is only half a dozen buildings, mostly made up of insulated cargo containers stacked together and interconnected. It'll be my first trip up there since arriving on the ice. The one thing they do have going for them is since they're situated on the northernmost peninsula of the continent on the Andrews Island, they get some of the more warmer weather Antarctica can offer and have an active seaport. However, unlike the one in McMurdo, they are relatively close to about half a dozen other international stations and accept tourists. At least, that all mattered before the president's new isolationist edict went into effect. Much like Bill Culligan, my deputy in Mudtown, I hear Jack isn't heavily enforcing the documentation of visiting foreign nationals. While I'm officially need to correct that behavior, personally I applaud the decision of both my special deputies. Alright, gonna go grab some breakfast, check in on the Biggs brothers, who are surprisingly keeping their streak of 0 fights this season intact. Yeah, that's kind of suspicious. I need to figure out what's up with that. Then it's paperwork and my interview with Mr. Wolford at 1400. Supervisory U.S. Deputy Marshal Bass Marlowe. Ongoing investigation of Munson Scott sabotage Flight 0429 crash Thursday, January 14th, 2023, 0739 hours. Update complete.
Still don't know when M found the time to learn how to play that thing.
You sure that is going to attract her, rather than spook her?
Oh, like I said the last 3 times, it's a working theory. It was only a matter of hours last summer season when she showed up after the flute was played. The summer before that, less than a day after Emery got bored watching and decided to practice. Darn fool said he was trying to serenade her. never gave me that much of a thoughtful romantic gesture. I'm trying to replicate that experiment, all right?
My lips are getting chapped trying to play this thing.
Yeah, well, my ass is getting chapped listening to more whining and less practicing.
Ass.
Oh, what was that, young Padawan?
Ass. I said your ass is getting chapped. Don't want that now.
It's like listening to my 8-year-old niece's clarinet recital. Oh, Deputy Marshal! Here to help us with the watch?
I saw you all from the windows of the galley as I was having breakfast. Peppermint again?
Peppermint!
Yeah, gotcha. How goes it?
She is elusive as she is breathtakingly picturesque, stealthy, equal to her radiant beauty. Just wish she had more appreciation of the station's schedule. That one didn't count! I take it back! Sorry all! I lose myself trying to describe her magnificence.
Okay, keeping in mind I'm still rather new to your spirit watch movement here. Why are all these people giving you the stink eye, Chris?
See, I used the W word in direct declaration, and you must be careful how that word is used when you're looking for her. You might wind up accidentally making a request of her you didn't intend to.
Oh, okay, got it. Listen, Miss Alice asked if I bring you all this thermos of hot chocolate and stack of cups to help keep you warm as long as you're out here.
Oh, she's such an angel. I love how that woman watches out for all of us. Okay, 5-minute break, everybody. Miss Alice sent us hot chocolate.
I have to say, I didn't realize how much I missed the pan flute until just now. Despite the lack of playing skill from the last time and all that.
Yeah, I was just telling Yanni over there of my theory that the pan flute may be a way to entice the divine wind-dancing caribou spirit. Peppermint!
You're trying to bait the tarp?
I keep forgetting that you have yet come to accept her divineness. Your eyes are still clouded with the filter of the non-believer.
Befuddled.
Oh, all right, everybody, all right. Now, the Deputy Marshal is okay. It's not like Wainwright or the others. Let's not get all zealotry now.
Dr. Wainwright still not approving of all this?
He never has. But so long as we do this on our off time and it doesn't interfere with anybody else's activities, he allows it. I also mentioned something to the HR person, Miss Chipperfield, that many of us might take this as an infraction of our, shall we say, spiritual expression?
You weaponize the overly PC human resource lady?
Whoa. Human resource person. Let's stay in the 21st there, Deputy Marshal. Need to remember...
Right, sorry. You know, I still feel like a dinosaur sometimes on all you younger people and the social movement, whatever. The person.
And no, I wouldn't say I weaponize Miss Chipperfield. I just leverage the situation and her natural predisposition.
Apples and apples where I stand. But let's get back to the here and now. How long will you all be out here?
Well, we have about a dozen believers this season. All gathered this time of the morning, other than the new blaster who is sleeping right now. We have 6 shifts of 2 people at a time, keeping watch, radios at the ready to announce her blessed return. Peppermint!
Blaster?
Oh, a blaster is an explosive technician. That's what we call them. Helps clear out permafrost and ice buildups during field operations. Maurice LaMarche is the man's name. Good man, but kind of out there.
Maurice, huh? Haven't met him yet. Anyway, I just wanted to check in on all you before I start my day and make sure everything was all right.
Oh, everything is great, Deputy Marshal. We have Miss Alice hot chocolate now to keep us warm. We have a working theory on how to entice her.
Bait.
And our hearts and minds remain purified. We are the personhood of the divine wind-dancing caribou spirit, Peppermint!
Well, then, all right. Best of luck to everybody, and I hope she appears and grants you all your fondest heart's desires.
Also in there. Goodbye, Deputy Marshal.
I mean, at least he's socializing with others again. And all the standard pre-flight checks were conducted.
By the book, Cap USA after inspections was performed. Oil check history verified, avionics logbook check, altimeter system, fluid hoses, brakes, tires, airframe for corrosion, all by the numbers.
So remind me, you check first and the pilot checks after you, or vice versa?
Nah, it doesn't really matter who does the first check, so as long as they both get done, recorded and logged in the maintenance and aircraft logs.
And you each watch the other conduct their checks?
Well, in normal hangars and maintenance bays, yes. You have two small teams on each side, pilot mechanic working all together. Here on the ice, in such a small flight deck like PAX. Nah, I do mine, he does his, we sign each other's papers just before the pilot boards for the flight. Anything comes up before that, we radio one another, pop on over and give a look-see.
So, you can't really say that Traeger fully did review the full checklist, nor could do so for you.
Again, back in the world, different story. But down here, with the limited resources and a small staff, we trust one another.
I see here from my notes the day you were acting as a stand-in for the head flight ops leader, Marco Green, who was sick that morning.
Yeah?
So flight checks aren't something you're regularly called on to perform.
Yeah, I'm kind of not liking where you're going here.
Where am I going?
Well, sounds to me you're trying to say it's the fault of the stand-in guy who had to be there and doesn't do this as his normal day gig.
I'm not making any accusations, Mr. Wilford. I'm not accusing anybody of anything right now. I'm just asking questions.
Yeah, about that too. See, you keep asking the same fucking questions as the last two times. You keep reading from your little handy-dandy notebook there, so I know you write all this fucking stuff down.
I've interviewed close to 40-some odd people. Stories can sometimes get muddled together, and questions I ask can sometimes be asked to back up something that another person has told me.
If you say so.
So, running operations in the logistics arch that keep you busy most days?
It's typical 9 to 5 around here, yeah.
Mostly working down the arches.
Not always. Depends on what the need is that particular day. May have to head up with supplies for the beakers, for the galley workers with some food or other kitchen supplies. Mikhail will come down with a list of cleaning items he needs to be brought up to restock the janitor closets. Day's activities are based on what the need is upstairs.
Okay. Certainly makes sense to me. How about later that morning into the day the plane went missing?
Okay. What do you want to know?
You helped in the meteorology lab late morning, which, yes, I am reading here from our last interview.
That's right. Helped the weather beakers and the horny old doctor guy with some calibration and diagnostics. I don't lean that way if you get me, but so just tried to make it go by as fast as I could while he talked all, weatherman-like.
Then over to lunch.
Yeah, still the same as last time.
Says here, had lunch after that, around 1300?
Yep.
Who'd you sit with that day for lunch?
I don't remember.
Try.
Look, deputy, if I fucking can't remember, I can't remember, okay?
Can you at least try? Humor me.
Oh, that's all I've been doing the last few hours here. Humoring you. Like I said before, you have all the same questions. I'm giving you all the same answers. But, sure, fine. Who was I eating with? There, I tried. Hamster in the old brain wheel there, and I still ain't fucking remembering.
Did something happen, Mr. Wilford, since we last spoke? Because you weren't this agitated last time we chatted, or the time before that.
Yeah, something happened. I keep getting brought in here. I keep getting those questions which, let's be honest here, are like really pointed and making it sound all like I half-assed the job I did as a favor because Marco couldn't keep his food down. I stepped in, covered, and now I'm paying the price for being a backup.
You do understand, right, that I have literally questioned everybody who was here during the winter season. Yes, not just you. I'm asking everybody these questions, from the guy that scrubs the fuel tanks to Wainwright himself.
Yeah? All the same? You said I could go anytime I want, yeah?
Absolutely. You haven't been arrested. You're not even detained.
Yeah? Yeah, well, fucking I'm gonna go then.
Have judges in Massachusetts seal any formal records here too? Just like that failure to appear warrant on you in 2002.
I know about that, huh?
Oh, I think you'd be surprised at what I know.
Perfect. Then you know there isn't much to it. My involvement in the stabbing at the bar was so minimal, honestly, didn't see much of anything. So, Deputy, what's your point?
Seems like you have a long-standing and powerful friends back on the East Coast.
See, now I know you got nothing. 'Cause if you did, you'd know it's less to do about me and more about other people. It's not glamorous. I know James Bond guy here. If it were that exciting, I promise you I wouldn't be wasting my time down here. Living in colder temperatures than Boston in February, making a minimum wage, and dealing with guys even dumber than your typical Southie boy. If I had that kind of clout, or clothes, or money, my ass would be sitting on a beach somewhere with so many young honeys and drinking drinks I can't pronounce. But no, instead I'm down here with people who I don't even want to be around, answering dumbass questions being made to feel like your plane went down because I'm an idiot. And you're digging up shit from 20 years ago that barely had anything to do with me.
Okay, that's fair enough. If it's barely anything to do with you and it helps put all this in perspective, then why not just tell me about it?
Bro, tell a fucking cop all about something I've been told to shut my mouth about for whatever reasons, or be sent to jail. There's a word for that, Marshal. It's called entrapment. I can't discuss it. Not to be rude or nothing, bro, but why don't you take your notebook, take all your fucking questions, ball it up, shove it up your ass, and go fuck yourself.
Supervisor U.S. Deputy Marshal Bass Marlowe, ongoing investigation of Munson Scott's sabotage, Flight 0429 crash, Thursday, January 14th, 2023, 15:10 hours. Interview of logistics worker Chaz Wolford terminated at suspect's request. Suspect demonstrated growing sense of animosity over the last hour of interview. Body language and demeanor give strong indications of deception and withholding vital information. Suspect claimed to be under court order to suppress information from a previous incident, which not directly connected to the current investigation at face value, I believe is intertwined somehow. Sending recordings back to Honolulu for formal transcription and logging. I guess investigation is fucking ongoing.
And you've been down here long enough to understand the order of things.
No. I completely understand what you're telling me, Agent Fowler. But I really can't believe that being part of the Ice Picks team would put projects into jeopardy.
Wainwright, although the head of the station, doesn't take to any extracurricular activities. Jovac is close to being admitted for any number of problematic issues and his inane utterances. Nobody takes him overly seriously, regardless of his position. The little bird Lorenz, enticing little bit of fluff, I'm sure she is, likes to keep to herself more than socialize. But you, I'm not sure being as sporty as you've been is a good idea.
Look, I get it. I promise you that I do. You've been charged with making sure the integrity of specific works is maintained, and you do an awesome job of it, are extremely dedicated. But you must understand, this place is boring, and everybody needs outlets. Okay? Working out in the gym, playing the only sport available on the station, by the way, that keeps me grounded and helps me stay in shape. And as far as my work here at the research center, I work in the ice cube lab as a physicist studying the impact of neutrinos. Nothing else.
One instance, one errant thing uttered when your mind is otherwise focused, one slip-up is all that is necessary for everything I have in place to go bullocks. Dellham, the risk is too great.
All due respect, I was fully briefed by the Defense Department and Beauregard Lowy before accepting this assignment. I know your position is Chief of Security for Special Projects and ensuring the intellectual properties and operational security are maintained. I get that. I understand that. And please believe me when I say I respect that. All right? But what you do not have position over is what I do with my own free time and how I do it. And look, I apologize if that is coming across too harshly, but I am an adult and grown man. I can police my own actions and keep my knowledge and my mouth in check.
All right, Dellham. I still think you're taking the piss, problematic and prone to be more of a hindrance than a help. But play your sports with the brainy lads and we'll keep an eye on how you crack on. Most likely be less of a headache than dealing with Marshmallow and the rest of his toss-a-lot.
What's the deal with you and him anyway? During the initial interviews with Professor Beckett Jennings, he mentioned that you and he had an adversarial history, but it was more than professional rivals or competition. But why take the position if he was already down here? I don't understand.
I took the position because he was down here. He has a rather annoying habit of cocking things up and interfering into matters he has no business being attached to. He's also a git who loves throwing his little tantrums when things go off the rails. He's a self-righteous, egotistical, overgrown Boy Scout who
Sounds me like you have a bit of a schoolgirl crush.
I've disappeared people for less than what you just left your gob, Dellham. Strongly recommend that you never infer that. Ever. One of your predecessors, Dr. Mark Rodney, got careless and sloppy while working on the project. Tried going into business for himself by blackmailing others and had a nasty habit of taking information out of secured areas as his own little insurance policy. Marlowe found the thumb drive hidden in Rodney's room during his murder investigation. A thumb drive containing information on the special project. Doing what he always does, he jumped into the fire feet first and started causing waves in the intelligence community. Marshmallow always acts before he thinks. He's been like that since Cincinnati. Watch what you say around him. Same with his little boy band of followers.
Sounds like there's a whole backstory to you and him.
There is, and we are not discussing it. Clear?
Look, that's fine by me. I don't care. I don't want to know. I'm going to head down to the project, all right? When you stop in tonight for the weekly briefing, I have something I've come up with that may help operations. That's something I've been working on, and I honestly feel it will be a tremendous help.
Save it for the other beakers, Dellham. Work on impressing Wainwright, not me. I honestly don't give two tosses about what you lot have cooking up downside. Only keeping it contained and secured. Oh, 3:30 already. Time seems to go by so quickly down here.
Well, they say time is typically relative.
No. Can't you see that I am completely uninterested in whatever you were about to say? Just keep in mind what I said and watch what you say as you're playing badminton or whatever you Yanks call the sport down here.
Recording has concluded.
No, I'm not comfortable with it.
Why? I mean, I've known you long enough now. I'm pretty sure I do know why, but how about you tell me?
Look, I get it's politically a good idea, especially with everything going on in the world. I get it's all about respect, and I'm not comfortable being in the limelight. You know that. I don't like feeling like a sideshow act.
Bass, you will be in a position to do a world of good. I understand not being comfortable about social things. Believe me, if anybody gets it, it's me. But in my case, it's all about self-comfort and overcoming my anxiety. But for you, it sounds like more modesty or shying away from praise than anxiety. Not that I'm Sydney or anything.
I just think people are making too much of a fuss of it.
Aren't you supposed to be heading to Palmer Station anyway?
Yeah, but for staff reviews and evaluations, not to be the featured act.
Sweetie, it's a banquet in your honor. Well, how is it different than when the trolls come here to our station?
Deputy Cord, he's my guy at Palmer, said that once word got out that I'd be there, station heads from 5 nearby outposts wanted to come out to pay their respects. I'm a supervisor U.S. Deputy Marshal, not the Godfather, for God's sakes. Leaders from Vernasky, San Martin, Rothra, Gabriel Castilla. Hell, even a contingent from the Great Wall Station is rumored to be coming. Chile, Argentina, the UK, Ukraine, and China. It's a regular UN convention, Kendra.
So you go. You meet with your deputy and you have a meal, which I bet the visitors will be bringing dishes. So, eat, have a few drinks, tell a story or two. But please do me a favor. Try not to have anybody murder you this time.
No promises. But yeah, all right. Between attending a banquet and taking one in the 8-ring, I guess the meal is the lesser of the two annoyances.
I never thought I'd be in a relationship where the possibility of getting shot was a probability. Speaking of, any word on the guy who shot you?
Mark Rosian? He's awaiting trial in New Zealand. He's officially had an extradition request submitted against him from the States. However, it is doubtful they will comply, especially with the international issues at play currently. But I doubt he'll be seeing blue skies for quite a while.
Good. I didn't like getting a visit from Zeke in the middle of the night saying you had been shot. My heart dropped.
I know, and I'm sorry. It's just something we live with as being part of law enforcement, being on the front lines. People will try to hurt you. There is a possibility that...
Can we change the subject, please?
Yeah, you know what? I actually insist, yes. I'm sorry, I didn't... No, you know what? Let's talk about you. So, how are you settling in being division leader, Dr. Dark Sector Lab?
Well, it's about as challenging as I suspected it would be. So, I kind of felt prepared, but between scheduling experiments and scheduling staff and making sure everybody is working as optimally as possible, it's a lot. And the paperwork and the red tape, that's not fun at all. The amount of reports and updates I have to complete on a weekly basis.
Oh, believe me, I get it. The marshals document everything. Anytime I need a bathroom break, I have to report how long I was in there and how much of the paper roll I used.
Oh, sweetie, TMI. You're not being serious, though, right?
No, it's not quite that bad, but it also isn't quite that good either. But it is a necessary part of doing the job.
Other necessary parts of the job? Going back to your trip to Palmer Station?
Oh, must we, Kendra?
Yes, we must. With everything going on, with the Antarctic Treaty still in place, at least for the time being, you receiving all the various international guests is a great idea. Show the others that what the government thinks and believes to be necessary, well, that's not always a belief shared by the people. Goodwill can go a long way, Bass.
Look, yes, of course you're right.
I usually am.
Uh-huh. And everything you just said makes 100% sense.
It usually does.
All right. I'm not accustomed to being a diplomat. I'm a marshal.
Have you ever considered that all you have to be is yourself? You just have to be Bass Marlowe.
I'm sorry, I'm not following you.
Oh my God, you don't see it, do you?
Well, obviously not. Why don't you enlighten me, miss? I have 2 doctorates.
Sweetheart. Okay, yes. You are there in your official capacity as marshal. But when that work is done, turn it off. Look, right here, right now. Are you being a marshal?
No, I guess. Yeah.
When you and Zeke make mischief and sneak into Wainwright's office and act all childish, are you being a marshal then?
Yeah, no, that's true.
Okay, so when you're sitting down with the foreign leaders, talking about the work we do at Palmer, at McMurdo, here at Amundsen Scott, just speak as you, not as supervisory U.S. Deputy Marshal Bass Marlowe. Act like you do at Christmas and the New Year's parties and when we're just hanging out.
Kendra, I get it, and I will try.
And don't get hurt again.
Right.
She's back! She's back! Hill by the ARO!
Oh, it's her! All praise the divine wind-dancing caribou spirit! Peppermint!
Not again. Come on, people.
We welcome her back for the season. We thank her for your continuing inspiration. We ask her to grant a wish.
Oh, I'm just saying. We have a whole library of other books. Read someone else. Damn! I wish that Daniel Steele broad would just disappear.
Where'd she go?
Did it work?
We still here.
Not in NHL. Still here. We don't fight for 5 months. Been good.
For
nothing.
Hey, Moses. What's going on?
Why is everybody over by the windows? And why are the lads fighting this time? They were doing so well.
The tarp flew back towards the station again. The caribou returned.
Not that magic reindeer thing again. Psst. Nerds.
Wait, what? Oh, Chris had a small group on watch around the clock looking for Peppermint. Sounds like they spotted her.
All department and division heads, please report to the large conference room. Station leaders, please make your way to B235 immediately. Thank you.
That sounds kind of serious. We better head over there.
Frederick, what did you say when we walked into the galley? Right behind you.
What? I don't know. Did I say anything? I don't remember half the things I say most time.
Recording has commenced.
It will be a distraction to the general contract staff, no doubt, but I will make sure to stay on top of the station's chief engineer to ensure our day-to-day operations are not negatively impacted. Correct. We do not have any foreign nationals working on station this season. It was part of the staffing request from the 2022-23 summer season. Our human resources director wasn't pleased, but it was implemented nonetheless. I cannot speak for the other station managers, however. Yes, I've had them assembled and they are awaiting my arrival as we speak. I understand. I will communicate as much, and good evening to you, Director Pensionaton. Well, Agent Fowler, apparently our lives are about to get more interesting. Why don't you join me in the conference room?
The lads in stuffed shirts have something to say.
Our illustrious president and his cabinet have stirred the international pot even more than expected. Although I do not see any direct potential issues to our station, let alone Project Atlas. But you'd be surprised how much this group gets rattled by the most insignificant of items.
Not that surprised. If it's not such a big to-do, why gather the rabble?
Well, it's because Director Pensionaton, learned as he may be, has an annoying knack of caring for the health and well-being of those in NSF. Some would call it commendable. I call it a nuisance.
What?
The door.
Oh, yes, of course. Please pardon me for not getting the door for you, Governor.
Thank you.
And if you're expecting me to announce you, you can sod off, Grandad.
Thank you, Agent. Everybody. Everybody. Oh, please don't bother to get up. Do remain seated. I've just had a call from the NSF Director Pensionaton regarding events taking place back in the United States. He wanted me to relay this news to all of you with assurances, and I'll touch upon those momentarily. Approximately 4 hours ago, 8 a.m. East Coast time, orders from President Campbell, Secretary of State Billiken has formally expelled ambassadors and attachés from the countries of Sudan, Uruguay, Indonesia, and Pakistan from the United States. As a result of this action, the leaders of those countries have in turn expelled the United States diplomats from their countries. There will be a formal briefing from the press secretary later today, but we have been told in advance she will report upon espionage operations that each country had been conducting on U.S. soil and detected because of his new enhanced Homeland Security Directive. An emergency United Nations meeting has been called for later this week, where no doubt allies of these countries will file formal protests against the president for these actions. As both Pakistan and Uruguay each have research stations on Antarctica, any person from these countries are forbidden to step foot on any U.S. research station. Uruguay, being the most recent signatory of the Antarctic Treaty, are also to raise this matter in the UN. Has there been any public comments from the other 55 signatory nations? I seem to recall having this conversation with you last season, Deputy Marshal. Questions are to be reserved for after I've delivered my briefing. Now, where was I? Yes. The NSF has been asked by Congress to ensure our record-keeping and reporting of any request for visitation, information, or any other communication be reported immediately back through Beauregard Lowing so they may consolidate and be sent back to the government. While this may come as less than desired news, we have been asked to remain focused on our standard daily operations and ensure all grant monies from academic universities as well as private corporations such as our dear benefactors in Beauregard Lowing are spent wisely and limit any interruptions in our research endeavors. Those who may have family or friends in these affected countries will be spoken to separately and privately. Now you may pose your questions. Bass Marlowe, Supervisor, U.S. Deputy Marshal. Despite having your name referenced in the not-too-distant past, this is not a formal press briefing, Deputy. The jocularity is unnecessary and unappreciated. And to answer your question, you felt necessary to interrupt me with, yes, several nations, to include other signatories of the Antarctic Treaty, have made public comments against the action. While not formal as of this time, it is expected to happen when the UN convenes. Argentina, one of the first signatories, expected to announce similar visitation restrictions to their stations here later in the week, targeting the U.S.
Oh my! They have multiple stations on the ice. They're some of our best scientific partners. Plus, their World Cup parties are so much fun.
Was there a question in any of that, Mr. Kelly?
Well, I mean, why is this happening?
I am not here to debate or validate current administration policies. I do not support nor condemn any action taken. It is not my concern. As I said, we should be focused on our work here and now, not actions we cannot impact nor influence.
I have family in Uruguay. What's that mean for me?
You will be contacted by our human resource specialist, Ms. Chipperfield. She'll take down your information, request some additional details, and you'll be contacted thereafter.
I have a meeting with the NSF VP and Office of Polar Projects. I'll be happy to update everybody once I get more instructions from the NSF or the OPP.
Yeah, you'll know me. Any other questions?
Recording has concluded.
Recording started.
Very well. Oh, you may all go now.
I know that look, Lawman. What's
Not
up?
now, not here. 1 hour at the bar and get the word out to the team. Yeah, I thought you'd say that. I'm on it.
That bad, huh?
Certainly not good. My fear is that this is just the start, too.
This is Brian Bradley. Thank you for listening to our show. We are commercial-free and able to do so thanks to our amazing sponsors. You can help support 90 Degrees by visiting our Patreon page. Go to 90degreespodcast.com. That's the number 90 and Degrees Podcast, all one word, .com. You'll find a direct link to our Patreon page where you can make a monthly pledge and get shirts, buttons, stickers, or even a shout out as an honorary station Polly. Speaking of, we'd like to send a special shout out to the following Polies: Nick Wolf, Tatum Adams, Monica David, Rainbow Lights, Thomas Reisky, and L. Link. Thank you for your sponsorship. It helps and supports us in so many ways.
This has been 90 Degrees South. On behalf of the cast and crew, I'd like to thank you for listening. If you liked the episode and are enjoying the series, please remember to give us a like, a share, a tweet, send a raven, or review on iTunes, Audioboom, or your favorite podcast site. It helps us to get the word out and keeps the cold at bay. Until next time.
Press Secretary Carter went on to say while the events are unfortunate in the light of international relations, the steps taken were necessary to ensure the security of the United States and her interests. Members of the House are expected to introduce resolutions against the president's actions and may seek intervention through congressional means. Finally, the search continues this evening for acclaimed romance novelist, philanthropist, and fashion designer Danielle Steele. Miss Steele was reported missing from her San Francisco residence earlier this week by her staff and family. While investigators at the San Francisco Police Department have yet to make any statement on the active and ongoing investigation, they have stated there were no signs of forced entry or foul play at the home. Miss Steele was not scheduled to attend any events, public appearances, nor had she attended any social gatherings in the previous few days. The 78-year-old writer is currently recognized as the best-selling fiction author still living, indeed one of the best-selling fiction writers of all time. While the investigation continues, fans of the romance author have gathered outside the gates of her home called Spreckles Mansion, constructing a makeshift shrine, leaving flowers, candles, and a hope for a speedy and safe return. From the main newsroom here in New York, I'm Harry Chandler Moore. Good night.
This has been a BMB production.